Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the FV207. It's the Tier 8 British SPG. This one's located on the west spawn of Sand River, and it's under the command of randyxx777 of the Leg B clan. And he's got the standard rammer, standard gun lane drive, and standard vents. Game on! Well, the FV207 is based on the Conqueror tank. Never got built. It's one of the designs that was made and just, well, that was it. They didn't go ahead. Was going to be, actually, it's not the, it was the Conqueror, not the Centurion. Yes, the Conqueror tank. Okay, but it's basically a Conqueror tank in reverse. Now, unusual for Randy to send me in a replay where he's not in a GWE 900. But there you go. Every now and then he does drive other Arty. In fact, he drives other tanks altogether as well. It's just he prefers playing the GWE 900. Okay, Object 752 ahead of his track. Direct hits. First shot. Nicely done. 135. Now he's firing the standard stun ammo, as you can see here. The alpha is 550 and 35mm of pen with 6.8 meters on the burst radius. Now the fact that it's 550 tells me that this is the 6-inch howitzer. Oh, it's not the 6-inch, it's the 5.5 inch. Sorry, beg your pardon. It's a stock version. And the reason I know this is because the alpha should be 650 if it was the 6-inch. Okay, change position just a little bit to avoid counter battery. The enemy Arty is an SU-14-2, the school bus. Okay. Standard reload for the 5.5 inch is 24.93. His reload is 13.34. Found a target. It's the 752, the guy he fired at the first time. Lines it up, rounds out, looks good. Yes, direct hit on the turret. And he got track damage, and he's getting damage assist now. Now that's managed to get the communications expert working down here, and that means that he's got extra crew efficiency. Now looking up into the hills on the north side of the map, that was a bit of a snap. He did come out of his visualization, so we didn't, or his battle assistance, so we didn't see what happened to the shell. Okay, now he's turned to the south again. These two should be fairly easy to hit because they're stationary. And yeah, they pay for it. 253 hit points from that one. And we stunned the DCT at the same time. Now with that quick reload, it's certainly going to help him to get rounds into these guys. DCT neck. Oh, bit of a reticule bloom there. It happens when you're just at the limits. And yes, he gets another hit. And technically, that's a bruise medal for 5 critical hits. Now, the bad news is the enemy are pushing up in the north. And our conceiver is down to his last few hit points. He's only got 15 left. And now he's gone. Okay, so can we hit this TS6? Rounds out. Yep. He got a hit for 212 with splash. Now, there's only our Conway left guarding the north, and a Wizzy 120 and a Strip 103B. We've got a Centurion Action 10 who's moving up as well. I think he knows that he can probably take out the enemy Centurion Action 10. That's a direct hit right into the side of the TS6, who tracked him. Lost sight of him now again, and we get a rescue bloom again. Again, he's working at the edge of his field of fire. Every time you work at the edge of the field of fire, which is 22 degrees either side of the center line, you will get this reticule bloom as the vehicle has to move to adjust the aim. And that can be really frustrating because it takes the vehicle out of its dialed in position. Okay, he's dialed in on the DZT, just working out where to put the shell. Fortunately, that one hit the sand, but I think it was close to the DZT. Well, we have the north now, and that means the convoy is able to move forward and also put some pressure on the enemy in the rear. This DZT, though, he's pushing ahead because our mouse got wiped out. Is this tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it? Okay, we can hit that DZT if we can get around in. He is stunned, and he's taken out from behind, which means we got the rest of the stun assist. And the Charview Tier 4 went down as well, and now it's even on kills. Okay, line it up ahead of his track. He's moving fast, so which makes it difficult. And again, he's at the edge of his field of fire, which means that he's getting reticule bloom. But he did get the kill on the SU-101. That's his first kill of the game. He landed his shell right next door to the guy, and it finished him off. Yeah, sometimes it can really help to center your arc of fire, and that avoids any reticule bloom when you're trying to aim. So the enemy attack has kind of faltered really now. They're in a position whereby our guys are starting to get into the position to attack them. We've got an enemy tank in the south. It's a T-103. He spotted it. He's now taking aim, but he'd rather go for this Object 268 over here. Oh, that wasn't fairly... I landed nearby, but he only got 59 hit points. I was going to say it wasn't well aimed because it looked like the guy was turning and he was going to avoid the shot. In fact, it looks to me like RNG said, nope, we're going to give you that one, and landed it as close to the Object 268 as he could. But that T-103 is still in sight. In fact, he's now getting requests for fire from our Striv 103B. So, yeah, Randy, you need to hit that T-103. Your teammates are asking you to hit him. Of course, the T-103 has a 13 centimeter main gun, but he is fairly easy to hit because he's slow. He's not as fast as all that. But Randy obviously was distracted by something else, and that's why he wasn't playing. He just stopped, and now he fires at the T-103. And that splashes him for 210, so it's a decent amount of hit points. It must have stunned him as well. Yes, it did. He's vulnerable, so can we get another one in? Almost loaded. Enemy RT's coming in sight. Rounds out. Direct hit. And the enemy RT's been taken out at the other end, so we don't have to worry about changing position to avoid counter battery now. There's only 6 enemies out there. Take that T-103 again. We're loaded. Oh, sneaky guy. Move forward. Rounds out. And that tracks him as he's moving. Our teammates can now get some shots on him, but they're not shooting. If anything, it should be the guy on the north side of the riverbed who should be shooting at the T-103 once he's tracked. Lined up the shot. Rounds out. Direct hit into the side. Tracks him again for 129. Now he's vulnerable. He gets himself moving because he fixed it, but now he's out the game. And in fact, that means that potentially we've got a Confederate medal for 6 tanks taken out by other teammates. Oh, that didn't go down too well. The T-54E1 on our team just got wiped out by their Shrek. So, yes, they do have an active Shrek. In fact, they've got tank destroyers and medium tanks left on their team. We're looking around to see if we can spot where the enemy tanks are. They're fairly well hidden at the moment. Can see one of our guys has gone right up to the north, the convoy. He's going to attack from the far side. Oh, another enemy tank coming to the side. Now, the moment the enemy pops up like that, you can put a shell into them. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit right on top of the hull. In fact, not on the hull, on the casement. Only 5 enemies to go. The Conway doesn't want to go through the gap up in the north. The Centurion Action 10, well, he's in a position where he should be able to snipe at the enemy. We're having a quick look at the area where the enemy might be defending. So I think there's somebody up there shooting. Yep, and it's the Progetto 46 on the enemy team. And he did take some damage from Splash. And you can see some of the shells coming in from the Conway and the Centurion Action 10. And the 268 decided to go up on top of that hill to shoot from. Does give him a good advantage spot to spot the enemy, or vantage. But of course, it does make you vulnerable to Arty rounds. And he takes 2 hits there. And we got the stun assist because he got hit after he was stunned. In fact, he's gone. So we got the damage assist off that one as well because he was tracked when he went down. There's the Shrek. He's the troublemaker. The Shrek has got 1 kill already. Progetto 46 rounds out. Lands right next door to him for 152. Tracks him. Come on, guys. And the kill shot comes in from the Centurion Action 10. And we got the assist as well off that one. Huge amounts of assists now. This is really helping. Of course, it's the assistance that earns you the ace tanker. Everyone closing in now, trying to get the Shrek. And there he is. And he's been tracked already. He just got rammed by the Centurion. We fired the round in. And he's gone. And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another first ace tanker. We have one from Eukaryote in the SU8. Now we've got one from randyxx777 of the Leg B clan in the FV207. Congratulations, the first ace he's had in this vehicle, and he certainly worked it. Although there was one moment where he almost must have gone away from his computer because, of course, he wasn't moving at all and there was targets in his sight. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14 on this one. And he did get that Confederate hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. His win rate was 4,020, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go. He didn't get the highest damage, but he certainly did get up amongst the top players. The Strip 103B got 4,845 hit points. That guy got the high caliber for getting 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest was the Centurion Action 10. He got 4,465. And in third place, we can see it's randyxx777 with 3,026 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, the Centurion did the best. He got 5 kills out of this one. 3 kills went to the Strib 103B and also to the Sharp U204 on the enemy team. And we can see Randy only got the 1 kill. Only 1. But when it came to base XP, he's right at the top of the table. So he got 1,330 base experience points, with the Centurion getting 1,158 and the Progetto getting 1,104 because, of course, he was tier 8 in a tier 10 game and therefore he earned extra XP. And of course Randy did as well. That's why he was up right at the top. And the only player is one of 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. But he really did rock it on this one by getting a lot. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 22 rounds, a lot of ammunition, but he got 10 direct hits and no penetrations. He was using the 5.5-inch gun, so obviously some of these guys were fairly heavily armored and it made it more difficult for him to penetrate them, but he did get a fast fire rate. 23 splashes as well, 3,026 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 1, so there's a good Confederate there. And 817 hit points of damage assistance, plus 2,485 hit points of stun assist off 21 stuns. And I think that combination means that with about, 3.2k of actual assist, that's where he got the ace tanker. On a premium count, he earned 79,836 credits. And he also took away 4,987 experience points as well. And neither actually had any bonus. Well, there was a personal reserve bonus, but no mission completion bonuses in there either. So a very good game. And he says, I'm back in action. Well, yes. And that's a good result for an Arty player on the Sand River map. It's sort of a game that I'd like to play, where you've got plenty of enemy around and you can really be effective helping your teammates. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.